years, football has grown to become the sport that the world loves the most. But what distinguishes the UEFA Champions League from other competitions? The name speaks for itself. The top clubs/champions in Europe compete against one another, with league champions squaring off to determine who is the greatest on the continent. In terms of football glory, the UEFA Champions League is among the most coveted awards in the world, possibly second only to the World Cup. Starting with 32 clubs split into 8 groups and competing in a double-round preliminary stage, the UEFA Champions League main draw begins. With the exception of the final, each group's top 2 finishers advance to the knockout rounds, which are split into 2 stages. In the past, all you had to do to succeed was win the National League. However, as the media showed up, it became clear that having more teams meant having more games, which meant more revenue. As a result, depending on their league standing, some teams must go through a lengthy qualification process while others are given a straight entry. Don't miss out on any of the upcoming content. Subscribe to our channel today. Europe's largest club competition will once again be a sight to behold, with the top players in the world competing, a spectacle to view, and millions at stake. The overall number of premier global sponsorship spots is currently 8, but in the upcoming 3-season cycle from 2024 to 2025 to 2026-2027, that number will rise to 9. A new custom tier with a lower level of inventory will lie below this. According to one source, the proposal puts firms somewhere between a traditional supplier and a global sponsor, and sponsors in this tier may be referred to as innovation partners in official documents. FedEx, Heineken, Just Eat, MasterCard, Oppo, PepsiCo, Sony Interactive, PlayStation, and Turkish Airlines are the 8 companies that currently have global sponsorship rights for the Champions League. It is believed that the most recent sponsorship extension between UEFA and Expedia will serve as the model for the new supplier tier. History has proven that UEFA prefers dependable sponsors, and if they lose one for any reason, another will surface right away. The UEFA Champions League offers a larger number of media appearances that can greatly boost brand recognition, thanks to the league's millions of followers and viewers from across the world, and the final match's status as the most-watched sporting event. To maximize a brand's potential on a worldwide scale, a clever and effective approach is all that is required. UEFA might easily be the largest sponsorship earner on the planet, despite the fact that most financial details are kept a secret. Obviously, there is a good reason why this might be the case. For each of the 3 seasons from 2021 to 2024, the Champions League will generate $3.9 billion in worldwide income for UEFA club tournaments. Being one of the most valuable athletic competitions in the world, the Champions League has a commendable economic plan that pits the top soccer teams in Europe against one another, creating substantial cash streams for both the teams and the event organizers. The UEFA Champions League's broadcasting rights alone are worth billions of euros, and several of the biggest broadcasters in the world are vying for the privilege to broadcast the competition in their respective nations. UEFA sells the television rights to the UEFA Champions League in phases, with each one lasting 3 years. The rights to broadcast the games are sold to different broadcasters all over the world, and each broadcaster must pay a price in order to do so. The amount that each broadcaster must pay varies depending on the number of games they are showing, the size of the viewership, and the exclusive nature of the rights. In Europe, broadcasting rights are auctioned on a regional basis, with a distinct group of broadcasters for each nation. Europe's broadcasters pay a wide range of prices, with the bigger markets, like the UK, Germany, and Spain, paying the largest cost. The broadcasting rights are auctioned on a worldwide scale outside of Europe, with different broadcasters bidding for the privilege to broadcast the tournament in their own nations. The costs incurred by various broadcasters can also be very different, with some of the bigger markets, like the US and China, paying huge costs to have the competition broadcasted in their countries. According to reports, UEFA, with Viacom and Paramount, have negotiated a new arrangement for the U.S. broadcast rights to its club championships, including the Champions League, on a 6-year, $1.5 billion pact that also covers the Conference League and the Europa League. This amounts to a 150% increase over the previous UEFA US broadcast package, which generated $100 million every season. In the UK, it was revealed last year that the world's largest streaming service, Amazon Prime, has paid an estimated £1.45 billion to obtain the rights to broadcast live UEFA Champions League matches starting in 2024. Additionally, as part of the agreement, BBC Sport will broadcast highlights from UEFA Champions League games in the UK. Another important source of funding for the UEFA Champions League is ticket sales. By offering tickets to spectators who wish to see the games, the event makes money. The cost of Champions League tickets depends on a number of variables, including the teams competing, the location, and the tournament stage. Ticket costs might vary from a few euros to several hundred euros, depending on how popular the game is and how many tickets are left. All of the participating clubs share in the proceeds from ticket sales. A team's chances of winning more money increase with the number of games they play and the level of the tournament they reach. For teams, especially ones that lack the same amount of marketing appeal or revenue sources as some of the bigger clubs, this revenue is a crucial source of cash. For the 2020-2021 season, ticket sales brought in over 620 million euros in income. The money made from ticket sales may have a big influence on the participating clubs. Fans are prepared to pay a premium to watch their favorite clubs fight because, as every football fan knows, the energy in the stadium during a Champions League match is electrifying. For the clubs competing in the UEFA Champions League, prize money is a crucial source of income. Performances in the European competition are crucial, as is progressing from round to round, as results in the Champions League can greatly enhance a club's payout. The 2022-23 Champions League has a total prize fund of 2.032 billion euros, 1.72 billion pounds, $1.98 billion. According to information provided by UEFA, the maximum prize money for winning the whole tournament with a flawless group stage performance is 85.14 million euros. In exchange for their performance in the competition, the clubs receive 55% of the total prize money, with the remaining 32 group stage competitors receiving the remaining 45%. The distribution of the prize money is based on a complicated formula that takes into account a variety of variables, including the number of participating teams, the TV market collection, and the UEFA coefficient rankings. The more a club grows within the competition, the more cash they may win. Just for reference, the winner receives 20 million euros. The runner-up receives 15.5 million euros of prize money. Semi-finalists receive 12.5 million euros. Quarter-finalists receive 10.6 million euros. Round of 16, 9.6 million euros. Group stage wins, 2.8 million euros. Group stage draws, 930,000 euros. Reaching group stage, 15.64 million euros. The creation of a product with a strong brand identity that would stand out and be distinctive in the crowded sports market was the first goal of the new marketing strategy. Innovative and commercially tailored to the shifting market conditions, the marketing strategy was both. Not just at the stadium, as was done previously, but also on television. With commercial airtime slots and show sponsorship, each sponsor would enjoy exclusivity in their service area. The tournament was made nearly impossible for non-sponsors to be associated with by connecting stadium advertising to on-air sponsorship. The three pillars of the show, sponsorship, commercial airtime, and stadium advertising, created a multiplying multimedia impact that elevated the sponsor's profile. Nationally exclusive television stations would be part of a UEFA Champions League broadcast network. Every media outlet in Europe that had national broadcast coverage was eligible to accept the invitations to take part. A predetermined schedule of 6 matches with simultaneous kickoffs was provided to TV partners, along with the near-guaranteed assurance that a team from each region would take part. In addition to receiving a rights fee, each television partner offered the greatest rates and location for commercial airtime spots surrounding the best teams, as well as show sponsorship for the organization's sponsors. Every year, UEFA releases its income and expenses, along with the distribution to clubs. The competition has gone a long way since its relaunch in 1992, when 36 teams competed for a total prize purse of 400 million euros. That figure now stands at 2.032 billion euros. A spectacular event that gets better every year. This achievement in sports, business, and marketing was not accidental. It came about as a consequence of the effective effort that was done to transform the tournament into the most valued in world football. The Champions League produces more revenue for UEFA than the World Cup does for FIFA. The competition's overall economic effort is greater than 3.6 billion euros. UEFA and PepsiCo started implementing circular economy techniques for the 2022 UEFA Champions League final, centered on the 4 Rs framework as described in UEFA's Football Sustainability Strategy 2030. The estimated economic impact of the UEFA Champions League at the Atatürk Olympic Stadium in Istanbul, that is hosting the 2022-23 UEFA Champions League final on June 10, 2023, is estimated to be 75 million euros, $80 million. Fans are predicted to contribute roughly 75 million euros to the local economy over the final weekend. Given that Turkey's total tourism revenue for the previous year was 44 billion euros, with Istanbul alone accounting for 40% of all tourist expenditures during that time. More. The current state of football is around growth. Make each competition larger, increase gaming, develop additional content, increase revenue. One of the most imaginative and thrilling competitions in European football that has emerged in recent years is the UEFA Nations League. It offers a thrilling and novel way to play international football, and it has rapidly become well-liked by players, coaches, and supporters alike. The establishment of a 5th league in the competition for the 2024 edition has already been confirmed by UEFA. With this expansion, clubs will have even more chances to compete and advance to higher levels. With a special framework that involves promotion and being relegated, it offers a novel and thrilling take on international football. Since it began, the competition has grown in prominence among coaches, players, and spectators alike, and has had a considerable effect on European football. Over conventional international friendlies, the UEFA Nations League has a number of benefits, including a more thrilling and competitive structure, greater convenience for individuals and clubs, and a route to important international competitions. Although the UEFA Nations League has had its critics, many fans and analysts believe that it will eventually surpass all other international competitors in European football. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, make sure to subscribe for more.